The imports are back in town. What have you been up to, Gary?
Finishing the season in Puerto Rico, and then flying straight up here. Happy to be here, though.
How did the talks go, and how did you end up back in Southeast Melbourne?
Knowing that Alan was going to be back, Creaky was going to be here too as well, and then the rest of the guys were going to be here too as well, and we were able to reach one of our goals last year, but we felt like we had some unfinished business because of maybe injuries that we had, maybe a little bit of timing, and maybe Creaky having a hell of a season and not winning an award maybe that we all thought that he could have won. A lot of unfinished business, and I feel like that's key for a team to reach a finals in this type of stage when it comes in this type of competition. So I feel great about the city too, the fans. I love the fans. I love the city, and I love playing with these guys too as well. They make my job easier, and who doesn't want to come and have that feeling every time they're gonna step on the court?
You've been living in Creaky's pocket for maybe 18 months now, ain't you? Just following each other around the world.
I know. I want to say I'm sick of Creaky now. I'm playing. I love Creaky. I brought Creaky. I was trying to bring him too, but he had some other business that he wanted to do. But no, I love Creaky. Creaky brings it in every day, and that's something that I admire about him, and something that I appreciate him for.
You did have other business on, didn't you, off the court?
I definitely did. I did a lot of stuff. Got married. No, got engaged first and then got married.
Should have ring.
It's on the thing. But no, had a good off season. Went to Japan and played there for the Nagoya Diamond Dolphins for about 2.5 months. Finished the season strong there. Felt good playing, and then got a chance to come home and be able to chill at home and obviously get all my home life stuff in order. And so really focused and locked in for this season, and excited to bring a great brand of basketball for the Southeast Melbourne fans.
What's the goals for you this year?
Win. Like it sounds simple, but once you get a year in here, you understand how difficult it is to go out there and just win. And so coming back this year, the mindset was prepare yourself in the off season so that you can be ready to go all the way. And that was my focus this off season. And then that's obviously the close focus, bringing in guys back like Gary, and obviously we have Ruben coming back, and there's no need to forget about Creaky, of course. And so I just think that all of us collectively, the guys that are returning, are coming back with a chip on our shoulders, and really confident in our abilities to go out there and make some noise.
It was interesting. Gary mentioned that he sort of felt like Creaky should have won the MVP. Is that a sort of feeling for you as well?
Yeah, no doubt. We got to see it every day. We got to see his aggressiveness, his professionalism, his work ethic, and really drove us to the heights that we reached last year. But he needed some help, so it's on Gary and I to be there for Creaky and step into that fold and really be just a monster in all aspects.
You touched on the guys that are coming back. What about the new guys? What do you know about them? And tell us your thoughts on them.
Don't know them personally, honestly, but just from what I've seen and read, obviously played against a couple of them in Matt Kenyon and in Gorjak Gak. Both guys that can really impact the game on the defensive end, but I think surprisingly can do some really good things offensively as well. So excited to see their talents and bring them into the fold here and see how far we can take it with the new additions that we have.
Now, Little Dicky Bird told me that you might have mentioned Gorjak in your exit meeting.
100% I did. There's no doubt about it. I played against him when he was at Brisbane, and just seeing his ability defensively and his fluidity on offense is something I think is going to really work well with our group, especially a guard like Gary that can find guys rolling to the basket. I think he'll be a tremendous lob threat for us. And then defensively, I just think he brings an edge, height and athleticism and length, which is really important in this league and if you want to go far.
So, Gary, I've sort of been thinking about this. We haven't got a nickname for you. We need a nickname, like something Puerto Rican or Spanish. Like, what's
Spanish?
What's the waiter or something, in...
You don't have a name.
Oh, they call me G or GB.
But own nickname. Like,
Yeah.
Nickname.
like
porque no, I'm speaking Spanish. Right now. Nah, because I think my name is short. You know what I mean? So it's like Gotti, like Gary, like what else can you say? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think GB is the nickname.
GB.
I just think that people
Call me
can
G.
get behind. G or GB? Yeah, it's easy.
GB and sauce.
Sauce. For
GB
sure.
and sauce.
That's what it is,
Sauce.
right?
Got the sauce.
Always.
That's a good nickname.
That's a great nickname.
Sauce.
That's a great nickname.
I wish I had one.
Maybe we can put it out to the fans. Maybe we can do like
Nah,
a
'cause
fan
that-
vote.
yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
crazy. You know, it doesn't
There'll
say.
be some shockers.
I will.
It
Yeah.
doesn't mean that you have to like.
That'll be a
take
good
on the
poll. That'll be a
nickname.
good poll.
Exactly. To see what people
How
come up
creative
with.
they can get.
I believe it. Our
I don't
fans
know,
are the
it's-
best fans.
What's
It's
the
kinda
general
hard.
in Spanish? Like floor general or...
Like
General.
Flor, El General.
El General.
Oh, El General. Oh,
That's hard.
I like that.
I like that one too, but I don't look like a.
No.
I mean, I look more like a. Well,
See.
I gotta be more like.
Yeah. Whoop.
Say
We'll
El
put that
General.
one- we'll
Put that on the poll. Put it on the poll.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
Yeah.
You happy?
Keep going. I got a few.
Yeah.
Straight off the plane, straight to training today, midway through the session, guys. How was the welcome from the players and the group when you walked in?
Amazing. First person I saw was Will.
That made me
Superman.
happy, too. That's
That
the
made me
guy.
happy. That's the guy.
That's the guy.
I see his
William
Batman.
Blake.
I see his Batman car in there too. I was like, oh, Will here.
William Blake.
Does it
William
feel
Blake.
a little bit strange coming in with the, sort of different roster, different coach, that sort of thing, or is it sort of familiar?
For me, it seems like everybody. I mean, the same. I feel like I know.
As a professional athlete, there's a lot of turnover. You know, typically from year to year, it's very seldom do you get a chance to play with the same group of guys for multiple seasons in a row. Obviously, we're fortunate here that we get a chance, Gary and I, get to play with Mitch and Ruben and the guys that were here before and Foxy. Obviously, there's turnover. That's just the nature of professional sports. But the welcome was really warm and nice. It was great to be able to come to Ryan Brokeroff's facility here at Hoop City. It's
Hoop
an
City, you
amazing
gotta come
place.
through.
An amazing place that he's helped to build and establish. And so just great to see the guys out there and just looking forward to being out there with them.
Gary, with Mike coming in as head coach, what sort of conversations with him helped you make the decision to come back?
I don't think he remembers, but I think one time, I can't say the location that I seen him at because that's where I live. But we end up meeting in the elevator, or I think at breakfast, and I think I don't know if we played him already or it was the day before the game, and me and him chatted like genuinely out of like just speaking, and I felt like, sometimes when you compete, there's certain type of people that, like, if I'm competing against you, I don't talk to you, I don't want to know nothing about you, and I felt that from him, genuinely want to, like, to appreciate what I was doing, so as I did about him, and from that moment, I like, at least I felt like it was genuinely ironic he was gonna be the coach for this year, but I think also the style of the game that he wants to bring out for the team, I think it fits me, and it fits me with the guys that I'm gonna be with, and nothing. I think he had a chip on his shoulder just as much as we do, and that made it easy for me to make the decision of coming back.
Just clarifying that, was that when he was coaching as an assistant?
When he was an assistant at Perth, yeah.
Alan, how important is it to get this 7-week block in of training before the season starts? Mark sort of emphasised how important that is to get the group together, have a 7-week block, and get off to a fast start once the season begins. How important is that as a playing group?
It's always important to be around the group that you'll be going on this journey with. I think, it's always good to be with the guys, and so I think whatever time period that takes or is necessary in order for that to happen, it is important to be around the group that you'll be with and familiarize yourself with the new schemes and the new coaching staff and the new guys. So, like Gary said, we're thrilled to be here right now and looking forward to getting back on the court with everybody.
Gary, you're looking forward to getting in front of the fans back at the Fire Pit?
For sure. I love that arena.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's the best arena I played so far.
For sure.
I love it. When is our first game? At home.
October 1.
October 1.
October 1?
First home game's October.
Y'all better be there. Y'all better be there. Does this work when I'm talking here?
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll work.
I can hear you.
Just the last one. continuity, I guess, of having you two guys and Creaky, like the real key guys, come back for a second year. Do you feel that gives you a leg up?
Absolutely. A lot of guys, a lot of teams now have a bunch of new players, and although there's some really talented teams out there on paper, I think it's always a gelling period that needs to take place, and we're ahead of the curve in that situation because of the guys that we have coming back, because of the caliber of guys that we also have coming back too. So I think the new guys that we brought in will fit in nicely, and I think obviously the new coaching staff has a plan for us, and should be good to rock with.